Hello Internet, welcome back to Space Engineers 2. I'm here with my very stern face and sort of a this reminds me of like 2010s vlogger pose, like I've got a selfie stick and a phone on the end. I don't know, something about the positioning of camera near face. That's where things are. And speaking of where things are, we are here at this, I think this was like a weather station. It's got the radar dome. Yeah, so we're here with this busted hydrogen ship that we need to rebuild so we can go to space. And, ooh, see that big red thing. Didn't notice that before. But yeah, I believe our mission, right, it says what I'm supposed to do in the upper left. Go to the mining camp. Search it for materials. Does this thing... it's got a connector, so it's got a little bit of cargo. I guess if I need cargo, I can build cargo up there. Alright. Have to just remember how to fly momentarily. Oh, right, and this thing is dangerously low on power. I may have a battery pack I can slap in it. Or there may be one up here. I'm gonna land on the closer pad, actually. Okay. Right. Locate ores. Ooh. Okay, it may be, finally, time for me to do building. Let's just take a gander around real quick. Oh. Okay, or I can just kind of walk in. Is there any convenient ore? It just always feels right to check. Okay. Hello, ores. Right. You know what? So clearly this is like, you know, tutorial land. I'm being given directives. I want to build things. I think I'm gonna attempt to build a mining machine. There are drills, right? There's so many blocks. Grinder. Gatling cannon. Some blocks are locked. Dang it. Okay. Apparently I can't build a drill. I can build a solar panel. Maybe I slap some solar wings on this thing. There are enough little power cells. That'll be good. Alright. So what do I need? A bunch of iron, some nickel, some other stuff. Ooh, there's ice. Doesn't say I need ice, but good to know it exists. Okay, I was expecting it to be like, oh, you're done with this amount. I have 900 kilograms of nickel. I need 150. Well, so that's good. Do I may not even need to be here. Nah, I need a lot of iron. I don't think I have any cobalt. That's fine. We'll get a little bit more just to have. Oh. That was weird and echoing. Right. I guess that's the downside of having a whole bunch of ore. Let's, slap a little bit in here. Yeah, so I've got my spare power module. Okay, I can move the fancy stuff, and I know I've got enough nickel and silicon. And let's just move the iron too. I know I'll need more of it, so getting more isn't the worst thing. Also, I do like that when your inventory is full, it falls to the ground, the extra. I guess that's not, you know, that's not thrilling, but I'm glad there is a situation in which ore just falls out. And I guess you could, if you wanted to, do a similar thing to how... So with grinding in SE1, it can be tedious sometimes to have to grind stuff and empty inventories. So there's a method of putting a bunch of grinder... or, what are they? Collectors. Collectors on the ground, and then you just take your grinder and just go at things. And your inventory is constantly full, so it's very annoying, but if you can ignore that, it's a good way to do stuff. I guess eventually we can do the same thing here. Okay. We've completed our task. We've got a new task. I'd say that's pretty good. Oh. Okay, we are a little heavier now that the old ship is full of junk. I'm gonna try and drain the power cell as low as it'll go, which is maybe not the safest maneuver, but feels more efficient. I don't know. I mean, I assume you can recharge batteries, so a depleted power cell isn't just wasted material. Still, it feels bad to leave stuff in it. So now... So this is kind of interesting. So I can build with raw materials that we established, but I think I need more materials than can fit in my inventory. So I've kind of have to plan out. In the old days before Build Planner, you know, you'd have to like, okay, I need this many steel plate, and you get all the steel plate, and I need this many screws, you get that many screws, whatever. I have to do the same thing now with raw materials, and conveniently it tells me. That's kind of a downside to this, is it's a lot easier to be like, okay, I guess it does say. So I could add up like, okay, so I need 500 times 2 kilograms of iron for this thruster, because there are 2 of them, I think. So I guess it's not the biggest thing in the world, but...
Inventory full.
Yeah, I'm just going to be putting iron in everything, and then come back for the other stuff. It's a little weird. Handy that it lets you, though. I assume I could put just cobalt in first if I wanted. That's not a wild concept. Although it does seem interesting. I can't put all the iron in. I think I did hear about this being a thing. Some stuff you can't, well, it doesn't let you build components into the thing before you've built other stuff. You have to go linearly. Right, that button. So yeah, so see, I've been able to build the first steel plates and the steel tubes, but I'm not able to put those last 6 plate in until I put in metal grid. Which is not how SE1 works, and I don't know, I'm not I don't find it the most thrilling, but I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. It's a little inconvenient. Especially given that I now need all the stuff. I can't just take all my iron, fill up my inventory, and build everything. Yeah, so I need more other stuff for that. To this view.
The ship's ready. There's a hydrogen generator on board, but we're missing ice. I'm heading to the mountains to collect some.
Apparently. Oh. Either my brother just is annoyed at me again, or, there's mysteriously no response. I mean, I guess it's been a while. He could be asleep. No, I think what it wants from me is to fly my little hoppy boy up to that ice cave and gather some ice, and then fly it back and put it in this Hulk. But again, I'm getting tired of doing what the man wants. Let's start engineering. Do I have thrusters? Yes. I can build thrusters. Alright. Okay, I've got 2 sizes. Having to remember how this game works. Also, is this... I assume this is... Yeah. This is the right way. I have no idea what thrust I need versus how much things weigh. So we're just gonna wing it. Where do I want to stick reverse thrust? What happens? Oh. Okay. That's weird. Didn't anticipate being able to... Will this let me do this? No. No, it doesn't like that. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. We'll just stick these under the lights. That feels good. Also... Can I want to rearrange these things so it's more what I'm used to. Character gear. Welder. Grinder. Drill. There we go. Oh. Turn off our thrust so we aren't cooking things. Also, I'm not sure. Okay, that's an interesting noise. I think that maybe the ship got confused about what thrusters are on at the moment. Oh. Okay, and we're out of material. Hold on. Has that light been on, or... Maybe that light's been on. I was curious if these have automatic headlights. I don't think they do. So, I could go and get more raw materials. Maybe I should. Instead, I'm just going to start grinding some of this stuff down. Because these have thrusters. And I clearly don't need them on this ship, so I might as well stick them on the ship I'm gonna keep. It is nice that it lets you do building with either sort of setup. Because right now I'm using parts, not raw materials, even though I'm in raw material mode. Okay. Oh. Look at that. We're full of junk. Let's... yeah. Get all our bits. Out of there. And then, yeah, we're good on that. This will probably be a better vehicle to use long term anyway because it's got cargo and whatnot. Okay. Do we have lift? Nope, we're not locked down. We do not have lift. There's the F button. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I think I'm gonna need to yank the big thrusters off. Also, oof. I think things are chugging just a little bit now. That's not ideal. Okay, I think if I lop these catwalks off, they're gonna fall. I could always just stick these on here like so. It's gonna kind of ruin the lines of the ship. It is kind of a benefit of the grid building, though. I think that's the right position. Okay, if I don't fall off of things, a benefit of this is I can see what this will look like plan it out, and also see that I've definitely placed those wrong. What was... dang, there was like a precision or no, I think that's it. You hold control and then you can precision place. You know, it's not the worst. Let's just... I'm lucky. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to try and leave the red one intact and just cut this guy apart. Hopefully I get enough assorted bits that I can do what I need to do. That way if I, you know, crash the hydrogen ship and destroy everything, I have a fallback. Ooh. Okay, I may have an issue though. Those apparently require turbine blades, and I don't think I was getting turbine blades from the little guys. I do have some more raw materials if I need to. I may be able to, you know, make those suit my needs. Alright, that's that. Let's see what we can do. Alright. Yep. Turbine blades. Don't have much iron. Okay. Well, if I crash that ship, hopefully I can at least salvage the 2 turbine blades I'll need back out of it. Okay. Do I have enough thrust now? Oh yeah. Though... Oh, fascinating. Okay, we're just gonna roll. Oh no! Hey, the red one's still fine. Huh. So... Oh boy. So... Apparently gravity doesn't work on, Gravity doesn't pull you down, so you need up thrust. I was wondering, because these guys have up thrust, and I was like, oh, that seems a little silly. Now I know why. It's because you need up thrust. Luckily, okay, we've still got 1 atmospheric thruster and 1 hydrogen thruster. I did not anticipate the thing flipping as bad as it did. That was like rapid fire descent. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's fine. Right. That is fine. Let's get as much of the garbage that we can. We should have enough around. I can hopefully salvage a flyable space rocket. Because with 1 big hydrogen, I've got a few of these guys, and they don't need much. In fact, none of these need complex stuff. So long as I can make them, which I can, I should be able to retrofit this thing into a flyer. Or into a spaceship. What other things am I gonna need? That's a barrel. I need a tank. Hydrogen tank. There it is. So a hydrogen tank. That's no O2H2 gen. Oh. Ah. Okay, just to check. So this needs turbine blades. Hopefully I can build those out of raw materials. Does the tank need anything exotic? Also turbine blades, for some reason. Sure. Also that, I'm pretty sure that's my destination. Okay. Well. So let's plan this thing out. I think what's gonna go best here. What are these? Oh, that's the antenna making weird zappy noises. Okay. Okay, that just needs more of those same materials, so that's good. Now, did this... I'm pretty sure this had... No, it's only got a small port on it. And it seems to be this is the only size. Okay. Actually, that's probably okay. Because I'm going to want a cargo container. So if we stick the cargo container there. We stick the O2H2 gin there. We could have a second one if we wanted. Then we have a classic sort of rocket setup here. So my hope is that by strapping a rocket to the top of a helicopter, I can get to space. I mean, I think it makes sense. Occasionally, makes some sort of a sense. So long as this thing can lift all this, and I can still, there's still some small thrusters there. I think this could work. Okay. And I was curious, so I can't start building unattached. So I have to at least get some of this guy in. And then from there, let's see what all we have. So I need some construction components, which I don't have. Some more getting this stuff with grids, because grids seem handy. Can I find anything else down here in the wreckage? Those have electronic parts. So I'm apparently sliding down the hillside. Ooh, haha, construction components. Oh. And those are the ones I had, but I'm full. But that's fine, because I now have that. Which I can start filling up. Let's get the rest of these screws. Is there any... That's just a rock. Unfortunately, I think my ore, if it exists, it's probably down the mountain. Ooh. Oh, that's the chemical synthesizer I don't know I need. Should probably have these. I think I've got enough. Enough going. Let's see if we can fly. Now I know down thrust, and I do have it on this. I can take off still. Let's go back up to that ore. Get a little more of it. That should hopefully let me build those turbine blades. If not, I'm gonna have to go back probably to the various places I've been and see if I can't scrap stuff. I know there are a couple more of these little hopper flyers about, so I should be able to use one of them. This thing, looking at this thing in third person is very silly. Yeah. Okay. Now, is there any way to figure out what I need to build what? Actually, yes. So if I go over here and I switch to ore mode, okay, I just need iron and nickel. Ooh. Okay, the nickel supply is a little low. Let's get just the whole thing, I suppose, and then hope that it's enough. Also, yeah, okay, the nickel marker is actually on voxel. In fact, it feels more precise than in SE1. SE1, the last little bit's hard to find, but this is going pretty well. Now there is no more nickel. I'm gonna gamble that I just need nickel for the turbines. So let's see what we can do. Yep. Okay. So we'll get our steel plate out. Just to feel I have these finished off. Feels good to have the outer casing put on your hydrogen tank. Okay. So now, let's get everything.
Inventory full.
Maybe I'll leave the power cells in that lower bit. Probably not important either way, but let's do that. And I assume they aren't going to want me to have extra material. They've been telling me, like, here's exactly what you need. Go make use of it. So I betcha I don't need to worry about getting more iron. Because if I need more materials once I get up to that mysterious bubble, they'll just send me to more. I do probably want a reversing thruster, though. Yeah. And apparently I can't just cycle. Ooh. That may... Aha. There we go. I can still access my junk from here. Sweet. I'm tempted to make this look better, but frankly, I don't think I have the care or materials. So we're just gonna go and hope. Ooh. There. That could be an issue. Should be able to remedy that. Some way or another. I don't know if thrusters cook things in this. I'd assume they do. So just to be on the safe side, let's stick these guys there. Now that I know those are critical for flight because gravity doesn't drop you. Unless you don't have thrust in that direction, in which case gravity drops you incredibly quickly. And just so that we don't die. Is there any... Okay. I can if I hover over C charge. Alright. Off we go. Let's get a little ice, and then I guess we go to space. In our very flight-worthy and as intended spaceship. Is my headlight on? It is now. Yeah, my center of mass. I think I mentioned it last time. Every time, though. We just rock. Okay. Ice cave. Oh. Ice and everything else. Okay. I want about 2,000 kilograms of ice. Of which some of it didn't go into my suit there. Weird. Oh, hello, more ice. Oh, maybe that wasn't. Maybe there was just ice on top of that.
There's something familiar about this landscape.
What do you mean?
Scots pine, oak, daisies? Earth species. The trees alone are centuries of years old, spreading over vast regions.
I mean, some of them, I guess.
The first ships from the Bering Project could have only arrived 10 years ago. There's no way this could have developed naturally.
Agreed. But the mystery will have to wait. Repairing the Calypso comes first.
I mean, I've seen enough episodes of Star Trek to know that, of Stargate, to know that pine trees are the most common species in the known universe. I wouldn't say it's that abnormal that everything looks kind of earthy. Who knows? Probably some temporal shenanigans. Oh, also, I was wondering, I was like, why is that refuel ship thing? I thought I misread it as like a fuel ship. Like, oh, now that I've mined ice, they're just going to give me more. No, that's the marker for refueling my ship that I blew up and strapped a rocket to the other ship that's now here. So, I'm going a little... Oh, I could get way more ice. Yeah. I'm going a little off book here, but that's what makes it more exciting. Also... Okay, so I've got 2.3 kilograms of ice now, and I think I had a full load before, so I'm probably good. Granted, I don't know if that other one started with some fuel in the tank. So it's probably not a bad thing to verify. Yeah, so we're... Oh. Okay, I've got pilot lights going. I may have to fly back to the refuel point to make sure it knows what I'm doing, and or I've just completely broken things. Oh, that's not what I do. Establishing home base. There we go. Heal me. Box in the back of my ship. Also, they clearly have these little, like, indicator lights for things connected. I hope eventually those work. Because I noticed there's stuff on the generator. I think there was some on the tank. No. But it would be cool to have that indication of, like, yes, there are things connected. Okay. We're about 65%. It's still going up. Fuel. That was ominous. I think that was the, thingy running out. Do I not have... How do I see... Oh, right. There we go. Yep. Out of ice. Do I want one more load? Let's just wing it. I am going to... There's a way to group things, right? Or actually, hold on. Okay, that looks a little weird. I'm gonna assume charge means that it won't output hydrogen. Yeah, and my little pilot lights have gone out. Let's fly back and see if, actually, hold on. Just to give this the best chance of working. Get a little more fuel. Not put it in the ship. Ah, so many drill noises. I'm gonna fly back to the thing, and if that marker doesn't auto trigger, I'll try putting ice in and see if that fixes it. So it's a bit of a bummer to be doing all this at night, but I don't, you know, not that I ever would, but occasionally I adjust things so that I can... Oh god. Don't roll over. It's very bad if we do. Yeah, this thing moves slow sideways. Anyway. Yeah, I'd love to be able to adjust the sun so that we were in day for this dramatic launch, but I think to do it I'd legitimately have to just sit here and wait for morning, and that's no fun. Okay. Right. So that didn't work. Refuel ship. Try... Gonna put myself right on it. Stick the ice in. And nuts. I done broke it. How best to deal with this then? Unfortunately, I don't think I can just skip. Let's try some buttons. Settings? No. Okay. I just spent a little bit of time poking around to see if I could find any, like, answers online of, like, yeah, here's how you can skip stuff. I don't think there's any sort of terminal or anything I can use to let me. At least I didn't find anything quickly and easily. So I'm just gonna fly to that thing and hope things go from there. We may, this may become a very, very off the books playthrough very quickly. Okay. Let's get in the air. Don't necessarily need to, but it feels good. And then tank. Auto. Hydrogen thrusters are thrusting. Let's hope we can go up. Oh! Whoa! That's an angry booster. Hello, space, here I come. Just gonna dampeners off it to conserve a little fuel. Ah! Hello? I don't love ominous beeps that sound like things are turning off. Okay. Let's retarget towards this thing. Yep. Velation Station. That's fun and rhymey. Okay. I do have gravity readouts down there. They're hard to read, but my gravity is dropping. Again, a deceleration burn. There we go. It let me skip. Okay. Turn and burn, turn and burn. Oh. Cool. Oh boy. Okay, the little thrusters do very little. Also, my atmospheric thrusters might still work up here? That doesn't make a ton of sense. Let's just pulse ourselves in. In fact, we'll coast. Landing is gonna be a trick. I assume up is this way. Okay. Well, I gotta say, the thing flew better than I expected. The more I'm seeing it, the more oh! That's more than I wanted. Okay, I'm getting a connectors tutorial. I can use the accursed P key to dock, which I guess I should do. Ah. Oh, right, I think I saw this. So they've gone blue, which means they know they're about each other. So if I just press P now, nothing happens. Okay, I thought it would just automatically do it. Ow. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of dinks. the whole mega booster doesn't make this the most easy. Okay. When aligned, press P to connect. Okay, so maybe it doesn't just automatically do it, which is fine. Okay, I guess white is aligned? No. Blue is aligned. Okay, the connectors are a little pickier than they used to be. I don't know if this is better. Again, maybe the other ship is supposed to actually work. Is there a magnetic guy? Oh no, there's a button here. Poocha! We've landed? Okay. There may be some audio bugs. Apparently I have to go into the connector and tell it to align itself, and then it does it, which is cool. That's fun. I didn't expect it to be so violent. Anyway. Here we are on a space station. We still have that marker, but in fact the mission is still there, but I've got options for other missions, I assume. I think we're gonna call it here. Next to my very loud space thing. Oh boy. Well, we're still doing stuff, and it looks like I can keep going, so there will be another episode of this. I don't know how much more stuff there is to do. I'm still hoping, I'm really hoping that I get prompted to build something of my own. That something at this contract block is going to be like, hey, now it's time to, you know, go do this thing, and it just leaves me like, okay, I have to build a ship, and I've got to figure this and that and this out. You know, that's the hope. I'm purposefully avoiding looking up stuff about this so that I don't know what's coming, which again puts me at a distinct disadvantage because everyone else on the planet knows what's going on. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, we figured this out, and look at what greatness we created. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. More of this to come in 2 weeks, more other SE1 stuff coming next week. Until then, bye bye.